Hello everyone, welcome to Chef Salim's Detailed Recipes channel. I will make an easy and simple cake, made entirely with basic ingredients available at home. Let's start by breaking the eggs into the mixing bowl. I break 6 eggs into the mixing bowl. It would be better if the eggs are not cold or cold from the refrigerator. I add granulated sugar, maybe 1.5 or 2 cups. Now I mix the eggs and sugar with a whisk for 2 to 3 minutes until it turns white and foams. You can see that its color is yellow now. It will turn white soon. Do not hold it still while mixing with the whisk. It will foam better if you mix it by constantly moving the whisk back and forth. I add 1.5 cups of wheat flour. I add half of the baking powder, that is 5 grams. I add half of the powdered vanilla, which is 2.5 grams. Before starting the blender, turn it around a few times so that they don't scatter around. Now, after mixing the ingredients with the flour thoroughly, we finish our work with the blender. I use a 1 kilogram aluminum tray. Let's add the dough to the tray. You don't need to use any oil. You don't need to grease the tray or use baking paper. We prepared a fat-free, milk-free cake dough and immediately placed it on the tray. It's really simple. This recipe is very easy, simple and delicious. I immediately spread the cake dough evenly around the tray with a plastic spatula. Now I lift the tray and tap it on the counter a few times to get it to settle firmly. I baked it in the oven for 15 minutes at 165 degrees. Baking times may vary in home ovens. My oven cooks in a shorter time. Before the cake cools down, I will remove the fried part on it and cut off the rising parts a little. Since we will add more ingredients to it, it is better that this cake does not rise too much. I removed these fried parts as much as I could. There is no need to work hard, people will eat them. I can use the pieces I took out as a snack. It was delicious for me. Now, I will wet this cake a little with cold milk, not too much, but at a medium setting, so no milk will squirt out of the cake like making tres leche. I have seen that in some recipes they add sugar to this milk. I think it is for a light dessert. I did not use sugar. You can add it if you want, it doesn't matter. Using a slotted spoon, I added the milk evenly. There are 2 liters of milk here. Now we will make the cream of the cake. I make this cream like this to keep it simple, a bit like a pudding. You can add 2.5 or 3 glasses of sugar, add 1.5 cups of flour. You can add 2 spoons of wheat or corn starch. Now I mix the ingredients well with the whisk. I add the rest of the vanilla I used to make the cake here. I add the pot to the fire and continue stirring at medium temperature until I see it boil and thicken. I would be very happy if you like my videos and share them on your page. You can add sugar after checking the taste a little. As you can see, it has started to thicken and solidify a bit. I continue the mixing process without stopping. If you leave it stirring, it will immediately stick to the bottom of the pot. Let it boil for a minute or so to cook the flour. After taking it off the heat, beat it a little more and prevent the cream from clumping. If you want, you can beat it with a blender to get better results. Now I add the cream on the cake. I distribute it evenly all over with a plastic spatula. I love whipped cream on the cake, it's delicious, it's really good. You can get a better whipped cream by using 2 packs. I cover it with coconut. I use ice water to prepare whipped cream and add the whipped cream powder to the mixing bowl. After washing it with salt water, I mix it with a blender. I add the whipped cream to the refrigerator to cool down a bit. To make chocolate sauce, I add milk and chocolate powder and boil it in a pot. I adjust the consistency of the chocolate sauce by adding cold milk. I pour the chocolate sauce I prepared into a bowl. I add the whipped cream I prepared on the cake and distribute it equally everywhere with a spatula. It was a thin layer of whipped cream. Now I slice the cake evenly. I cut it into 24 slices with a knife. I fill the chocolate sauce I prepared into the syringe. I add chocolate sauce on the cake. I made random shapes on cake slices. After letting the cake cool for an hour, it is ready to be served. Now let's take a slice of cake from there and add it to the plate. The cake was very simple to make. It is really delicious and a recipe that anyone can make. You can decorate the cake with fruits and cookies, the choice is up to you. Don't forget to click the like button and turn on the bell notification. See you again in a new video. Stay with love, goodbye.